Make the creamiest dairy-free oats with just a scoop of tahini. My maple tahini oats are ready in 5 minutes, naturally sweetened, and tahini gives you a boost of protein and healthy fats to keep you feeling full for longer. Hello, I'm Catherine, Bryan's behind the camera, and I read so many questions about oatmeal. It's so simple to prepare, but it can be a little less than appetizing if it's just mostly slopped into a bowl as is. And to counter that, many of us are used to the taste of sweetened instant oatmeal packets. So the two questions that I hear most often are how to make creamy oats without dairy and how to make oats taste sweet without the sugar. My maple tahini oatmeal tackles both of those questions, so I'll show you how easy it is to make these, but along the way I'll also share all my tips and tricks with how Bryan and I transitioned from sugary cereal eaters, instant oatmeal eaters, to now looking forward to a satisfying, never boring bowl of oatmeal nearly every morning that's made with more health-promoting ingredients. To start, I use 1 cup dry quick oats and 2 cups water for 2 servings. This is a great serving size for Bryan and I to share, but you can take that 1 part oats to 2 parts water ratio and adjust it as needed for however many servings you need. I use quick oats because that's what I always have on hand, but some people really don't like how soft quick oats get. So if you prefer the texture of rolled oats, then just use rolled oats. Nutritionally, there's not too much of a difference, but rolled oats are a little less processed, so they will take an extra few minutes to cook, but if you like their texture, go for it. Adding in a pinch of salt as your oats cook will help to bring out their natural flavors. Bring the water to a boil over high heat. This will take a couple of minutes. This is when I gather all of those additions that will make these oats creamy, sweet, and satiating. For the creamy part, 2 tablespoons tahini. Tahini is a paste made from sesame seeds. And if you haven't clicked off this video yet, but the whole time you've been thinking, tahini, really? I can tell you that I am not a fan of the taste of tahini on its own. But in these oats, something magical happens. And it not only makes them incredibly creamy, it also makes them incredibly delicious. And because it's a seed paste, it's also a good source of protein and high in healthy fats. Both of those things will keep you feeling full for longer after this bowl of oats. Now for the sweetness without sugar part, I nearly always add a ripe banana to our oats. The riper the banana, the more sweet the taste will be. So even if your banana is totally black and completely disintegrates into the oats, that's gold. And if you're someone who's more used to natural sweetness, then this banana might be all that you need for that sweet hit. Something else that I add to these oats for sweetness is chopped dates. And I use these smaller deglet noor dates as opposed to these big juicy medjool dates. And these deglet noors are lower in price for me, so I use them in my baking, in my oatmeal, and I reserve these beauties for snacking. If you're going to use medjool dates in these oats, then I would suggest only using 2 of these larger dates instead of 4 of the smaller ones, because dates can be tough on your stomach, and I personally know that my threshold is 2 a day. And finally, I also add 1 tablespoon of maple syrup in this recipe, and unrefined sweeteners like maple syrup, agave. I know that a lot of you use monk fruit as a sweetener, and lately maple syrup has been a little pricey for me, even as a Canadian, so I've been using about half a teaspoon of coconut sugar, and all of these unrefined options are great replacements for that brown sugar flavor you might love. Now let's put all of those in and watch the magic happen. When the water boils, reduce the heat to a very low simmer and stir. Add in 2 tablespoons tahini and watch it turn these oats super creamy in an instant. Add 1 tablespoon maple syrup, 4 chopped deglet noor dates, and 1 sliced banana. Cook stirring for an additional 1 to 2 minutes until your desired consistency has been reached. Sprinkle on any additional toppings you love. I'm adding a sliced banana, toasted sliced almonds, and toasted sesame seeds. And there you have a beautifully creamy and naturally sweetened bowl of oats. Bryan's coming in to enjoy these oats, but I was going to say that topping your oats with nuts and seeds not only makes them look really appetizing. How is it? Adding nuts and seeds to the top of your oats is also another opportunity to add in more protein and healthy fats. So we almost always put chia seeds and or flaxseed on our morning oats as well. And I tend to toast a batch of nuts at the top of the week and just leave it in a jar like this on our countertop. And then that way it's really easy to dig into these every morning and just crush a few on top of each of the bowls.
How's my morning hair?
It's sufficiently morning. I don't know what's happening on this side. I've been cutting Bryan's hair since the pandemic, and you are in need of a haircut. Thrifty in all
Not
aspects of life.
There was early days when you cut my hair, there was like 2-hour haircuts. And it's really disconcerting when the person who cuts your hair stands behind you and goes,
Well, talking about thrifty,
okay.
So these oats cost us about 60 cents a serving, and that's with all of the additions, all the toppings, the nuts on top.
There's a place in town, it will not be named, but
Oh,
a bowl of oatmeal is $14.99 or $13.99 for a bowl of oatmeal. Wild!
It has fresh fruit and nuts on it.
Get out of here!
What was your favorite oatmeal packet as a kid?
Peaches and cream, Quaker, loved it.
I hated that one.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
Like the apple cinnamon, I was like, maple brown sugar, or cinnamon brown sugar, whatever that one was.
Cinnamon brown sugar.
Oh yeah, adding cinnamon into your oats, do that like every morning. It's even an extra little antioxidant boost, and it tastes delicious.
Nutmeg too.
Nutmeg, turmeric. We've done a bunch of like turmeric ginger oats, especially in the winter when we're feeling a little under the weather.
We have a lot of oatmeal on the block. We'll cycle through all the photos.
Yeah.
It's good.
Which one's your favorite of the ones that we have on the blog?
Well, I really like the blueberry peanut butter one because I'm a sucker for blueberries.
I often add blueberries into these oats, for instance. So probably about like 2 or 3 times a week, I'll toss blueberries into our oatmeal. Oh, and I'm not really a savory oatmeal person, but that's a huge thing. You're not a savory oatmeal person either.
I could be.
You could be. You do like your savory breakfast. So let us know in the comments if you are a savory oats person and how you make them. And even if you're not a savory oats person, let us know how you make your morning oats.
All right, I gotta finish this. I gotta go to work. And
You're a good actor. It is 9 o'clock at night right now because that's when we film our videos after the workday.
I do.
The Oscar goes to, I think it's a dia,
I do.
not a do.